Howdy, it's Jim Morado, still in San Antonio, Texas. I got a little bit more video I wanted to put up. Not that anybody cares, but I like this video. I like watching. This, again, was from 2017. This is out of our hotel room window in San Antonio. I thought we had a really exciting view. I enjoyed that quite a bit. This trip, and this is us taking a taxi from the airport to our hotel. This taxi ride lasts, oh geez, not even 10 minutes. Oh, and by the way, a tornado had just gone through San Antonio, and I do get a little bit of the damage through here. Our cabbie pointed this out to me. He was great. I always had good experiences with cab drivers in San Antonio. They're always very pleasant, and this guy was totally cool with me videotaping. He turned the radio on for us too. I remember Royals was still big at that time, the song Royals, and it came on, and man, I love that song. But yeah, our cab driver was really, really good, and he's taken us to our hotel. But this trip, I might have mentioned on my other video, my wife and I had been to San Antonio just maybe, well, yeah, in 2015. We did a Texas trip. We did a week in Texas, and we spent several days in San Antonio, and we really loved it. And our friend Renee suggested that she'd like to go to San Antonio, so my wife and I, our friend Renee, and another friend all did a little trip to San Antonio, just a 4-day weekend. We flew in, got there Thursday morning, and left Sunday evening. And San Antonio is just such a great city. It's easy to get around. And, this was, we weren't even doing Uber at that time, but just doing the tourist buses, which I've mentioned in other videos, the hop-on, hop-off buses. You can really get around San Antonio. It's easy. It's easy to get around. You can really walk a lot of it too. So, yeah, if you fly into San Antonio, take a Uber or a taxi to your hotel downtown, you can spend several days just walking around that area and not have to worry about renting a car or anything like that. And Texas is just such a massive state. I look forward to spending more time there. I look forward to spending more time in San Antonio. I just enjoyed it that much. In this video, we do. It's kind of us just hanging around the Riverwalk. I wanted to mention that a little bit. This video is just 20 minutes. Like I said, I had a little extra video I made, and I enjoyed it, and I thought, I want to put that up just because I like it, and it deserves to exist. So yeah, we get into the area. We go down to the Riverwalk. We sat down for a meal. There's a great little Mexican band playing. I videotaped them a little bit, or I filmed them a little bit, and we sat there and enjoyed our meal by the Riverwalk. Again, if you've never been to San Antonio, I know a friend mentioned to me, hey, if you're in San Antonio, make sure you do the Riverwalk. Well, if you're in San Antonio, you're gonna do the Riverwalk. It's everywhere. You can't not do the Riverwalk in San Antonio. The first time we stayed in San Antonio, the Riverwalk literally went through our hotel, and that was cool. Part of it kind of breaks off and goes into the hotel we stayed at, but there's lots of restaurants, lots of shops. It's very lively, and I thought of San Antonio as just a good city. It's attractive. There's a lot going on. It's diverse. It is packed with history, which I mentioned in the other video. As a fan of music, the Robert Johnson connection to San Antonio still gives me goosebumps. Not to mention the whole Alamo thing. And I was on a huge Alamo kick probably for a couple of years between 2015 and 2017. There's the great San Antonio skyline as we're kind of coming up into town. But yeah, I was on an Alamo kick where I just read a ton of stuff on the Alamo, and I couldn't read enough on the Alamo. And I'll film a little bit of the Alamo here in a little while. But it's just a fun story in history. It's an incredible story. Of people, defending the Alamo and what they believe in against a force that they know they cannot win against. And that's, enough has been said about the Alamo. I really don't have anything to add to it. We're going to go into the Menger Hotel too, just briefly while we're in this area. That's where, Teddy Roosevelt hung out there and recruited Rough Riders. Gutzon Borglum, who sculpted Mount Rushmore, spent time there. And that's just a cool hotel in its own right. And they lots of ghosty legends at that hotel also. And one thing I love, I've mentioned in videos before, I enjoy painting soldiers. I love miniature soldiers. And they have King and Country, which produces high quality collectible miniatures, is inside the Menger. And they, well, I like to paint my soldiers, but they sell really highly detailed, super nice looking soldiers. A bit pricey, but they're pretty cool. And I actually did pop for a Teddy Roosevelt Rough Rider figure that they did. I don't like to have figures in my collection that I haven't painted, but I wanted their Teddy Roosevelt since I bought it there at the Menger. Oh, and you can see the Towers of America here in this view as we're kind of getting closer to downtown. You can make out some structures here, and yeah, that's what I think of when I think of San Antonio downtown. That's the kind of skyline that pops into my head. Not overwhelming like you might see in a New York City, but still lots of urban buildings. It's definitely a big, massive, major city, but a very attractive one, and it's very unique. If somebody took you to San Antonio and just dropped you off, between a few buildings, you would probably instantly know you were in San Antonio. It's very, very unique. It is definitely its own place. Yeah, so anyway, this is us getting towards our hotel, and we'll be walking around a little bit. I'll stop talking for a little while just so you can hear the natural sounds of the river walk, the music playing, that sort of thing. I do have a little bit more to say, though. Like I said, we are going to go into the Menger, the Alamo, and King and Country before this video's over. They have an awesome, basically about 1/32 scale diorama of the Battle of the Alamo at King and Country. And I took some video of it. They're really nice about letting you take pictures and video and all that. So I took some pictures and made some video of that, and I'll show that to you a little bit later. But yeah, this is us coming up towards our hotel, and we'll be getting out here soon and just walking around the river walk. That's a McDonald's we went to last time, isn't it? Let's not.
Have you been to Chipotle back?
No, once because I had a coupon. Yeah. Hey, there's that coin place.
Wait. So are you going to want me to go out to the power plant then?
Are we crossing the road?
Actually, it doesn't look like we need to.
Huh?
It doesn't look like we need to.
Yeah, there's that coin shop across the road.
Yeah, you don't need to go.
Yes, I do.
Like, you're perfect. But yes. Yes.
Take a left.
Very confident. Are
Do
you
it.
sure you should be coming?
Wow.
I know.
I'm paying about as much attention as I usually pay.
Yeah, that's usually good.
Wasn't there? Wasn't there a place? It was like
There was a funny cartoon playing on the night.
like they had the little people dressed up as cowboys and stuff.
I don't remember.
That was near the hotel. Okay. We could. Do you want to? Let's look down there. I think it's that place. Yeah. Little ducks over there. This is what I was thinking, Jen.
Yeah, this is
What about this place?
this sounds good. Yeah, I think we should go on.
I think you're right.
What you think? Okay.
But I don't know.
Well, and there's also that Mexican place over there.
I mean, I have thoughts. I want things to be better. I have thoughts.
Look for the sluggy looking grills.
Everywhere around it is Hardy, New Braunfels, Fredericksburg, Burville, and all the
Oh, the music guys are done.
So I really sketchy on that.
Yes.
Walk down past the hotel, same last time.
Go to the coin shop.
Cross over, go back to the hotel, walk through into the alley.
Oh yeah. Sure. So what? Oh yeah. Did we lose Woody?
There's a place by the Pearl Brewery that has the green vegetarian cuisine.
Oh. I bet they got a good bacon cheeseburger. There's no music, guys.
What night's
I want to say probably about every night. It's my guess. Especially on the weekends. I'd be up for it.
parade. I think I remember reading that there's a parade or something today.
Oh, cool.
Or maybe it was earlier, so maybe
It's Mardi Gras. I saw people with military gear. There was people about playing music on it.
Yeah,
Like their floats.
that's cool.
I like it.
We should go back and buy some stuff from this guy.
Yeah, so anyway, we just saw quite a bit of Texas. I'm kind of randomly just inserting some last little bits of video I have. We're inside the Alamo, actually. Inside the walls of the Alamo, not inside of the church there. Yeah, and here's King and Country's diorama. These are mostly King and Country soldiers that they've set up in about a 1/30th, 1/32nd scale diorama of the battle. I recognize actually some Conte figures there. They've snuck a few figures in that are not King and Country, but they look great in this diorama, and this just gives me goosebumps. I'm actually working on a diorama myself, much smaller than this, but I have a nice facade of the Alamo that I've painted, and I've got some soldiers that I'd like to set up in some sort of a diorama at some point. But this is really inspiring. This is really exciting. And like I said, they sell these figures there kind of as collectibles. I like to paint my own figures. I wish they sold unpainted figures. I would buy those all day long. And they sell most of these figures, a decent one. Not the ones on horses would be more, but most of the just single figures there on a base usually go for 40, 50, 60 bucks, I believe. And they are really cool. And this diorama is just great. And again, I bought a Teddy Roosevelt figure here that they made because Teddy Roosevelt actually recruited Rough Riders here at the hotel, the Menger. And he's so connected to this place, to the town, and to the hotel, that I thought that would be just a cool souvenir to have. And this is just such a great display to see when you're in San Antonio. So if you're in town, make sure you stop by and see that.